I'm KSBY News reporter Sophia Villalba covering your community in Cayucos, where several pilings from the pier have detached and washed up along the shore, leading to a long-term closure for at least part of the pier. When the damage occurred, the Cayucos Pier was already closed due to the recent round of rain. These preventative measures were taken to keep people safe in case waves came onto the pier.
The cross beams and the pilings that go down into the sand are called bents. The very last bent is bent number 61, and that looks like the piers were sheared off underwater, and the piers and the bent are missing now on the very last bent.
An engineer assessed the pier Wednesday morning to determine the safety for the public going onto the pier. Around 3 to 4 pilings are washed up along the shore.
He's recommending that we can open the pier up to bent 57, which is not quite the end of the pier, but leave the very end of the pier closed off.
Timothy Harris visits Cayucos to surf whenever the waves are big and wasn't surprised to hear about the damage.
We like to walk on the beach, but we also like to walk out on the pier. Sometimes people are fishing. I'm not surprised. There were some 14, 15-foot swells, so probably do some damage.
The pier was rebuilt about 9 years ago, but county parks officials say storm surges could still have an effect.
When we have high storm and there are debris and logs in the water, something like that could hit the pier and cause damage, especially when there's a lot of energy with the storm surge. And the engineers suspect something like that to do that much damage. It could have likely been a large log that hit the end of the pier.
A full assessment of the pier will need to be made in May when the water is calmer. Underwater divers will look at the conditions of the pier to determine the repairs that need to be made. After the assessment, the process to design those repairs will take about 3 months. SLO County Parks officials say the goal for the plan to be implemented is by September.
We're pretty bummed about it, but we'll get it done. This is a strong little town, beach town here, and one little thing like that's not going to stop us from having fun.
Mike Contafio, who owns Choo Choo's Churros next to the pier, says Cayucos gets lots of tourists during the summertime, but doesn't think the pier being closed at the end will affect tourism.
I don't think it will, and especially if they open it up a little bit, I think that'll be nice too for everybody to continue to walk out at least as much as they can. But I don't think it overall will affect the tourism here.
San Luis Obispo County Parks tells me part of the pier will reopen by the end of day today or tomorrow. However, the end of the pier will remain closed until the fall. In Cayucos, Sophia Villalba, KSBY News.